problem.
This is Peter Strzok's text, and Alan, you can react. He, Contreras, super thoughtful and rigorous about ethics and conflicts, suggested a social setting with others would probably be better than a one-on-one meeting. I'm sorry, I was just going to have to invite you to a cocktail party. Yeah. Of course you'll be there. Have to come up with some other work people cover for action. Odd. And then it goes on, and there's other things as well. But Professor Dershowitz, that's wild.
That's the smoking gun. The smoking gun is the attempt to meet with him surreptitiously with a cover so that nobody will be able to say that they met in a way that required recusal. This guy Strzok seems like he is really a piece of work. He should have recused himself initially from any involvement in this case because of the messages he sent. Mueller didn't know about these messages. Mueller didn't act improperly. He didn't know about the messages. As soon as he found out about the messages, he took him off the case. But Strzok knew that he had sent these messages, and he should have recused himself. He should be fired. He violated every possible rule of ethics in the FBI, and I think he has to go. I'm surprised he hasn't been fired up until now.
Alan and Harmeet, he uses the phrase, with some other work people cover
right,
for action.
There's the term cover, right. Laura. There's the term
that's
recusal.
The smoking gun.
Cover, Harmeet.
If there isn't cover. No, I mean, and this type of ex parte communication is outrageous. And if this isn't a conspiracy, I don't know what is. You have multiple people, and there's a conversation there in the text messages about a dinner party for 6. So you have multiple people who are around Strzok and Page conspiring to somehow set up a conversation with the judge. I think it's outrageous, and in any federal court, a court should recuse himself. And we don't know why the judge recused himself.
How stupid can he be, putting everything in writing, everything in emails, everything in messages.
He's a counterintelligence. This guy is supposed to be the best.
This is an unintelligent counterintelligence guy.
Okay, we got a McCabe's statement. God, everything happens on Friday night. This is why we're happy we're live. Okay, Friday night, this is McCabe's statement. For the last year and a half, my family and I have been targets of an unrelenting assault on our reputation. In my service to this country, and my service, the articles too numerous to count, have leveled every sort of false, defamatory, and degrading allegation against us. The president's tweets have amplified and exacerbated it all. He called for my firing. He called for me to be stripped of my pension after more than 20 years of service. And all along, we have said nothing, never wanting to distract from the mission of the FBI by addressing the lies told and repeated about us. And that's a pretty clear statement. I mean, he thinks it's all unfair. It's a total witch hunt. Sarah, I'll let you close it.
Well, here's my question. How can he say that when it's his FBI? It's not the president. It's not the DOJ. It's OPR that is asking for him to be fired.
Office of Professional Responsibility, which is staffed with career professionals. FBI, judging.
That's right.
Andrew McCabe, top of the FBI.
And he had a lot of friends in OPR. So that should tell you something.
Alan, again, his statement is defiant, Alan.
It is, but if he thought people were after him, then he should have been so careful about how he responded. And yet, if people were after them, he gave them the ammunition by not being responsive, by being deceptive, by being untruthful. So he opened the door to allowing the OPR to make the kinds of conclusions that they came to. It sounds to me like he doesn't have much of a leg to stand on. I'm sympathetic to him, but it seems to me he's made his own bed.
And Laura, he's 49. He'll be just fine. We've seen lots of people in the swamp do just fine without their pensions at the age of 49 in Washington, D.C. You note that in his statement, he doesn't deny the charges that the OPR leveled against him. And I think that's very telling as well. It's deflection to point to the president in his tweets. That's very fashionable in Washington, but I don't think he has answered any of the questions.